Everybody, welcome to Scrimzone stream. This is Andromeda versus 101 Thieves. It's the first match between these two teams, and it will put Andromeda at 5 series, which is half of them. But I believe they. Oh wait, no, half of them is 4. I forgot how many teams we had. I'm trolling. It will complete their first round robin, if I am thinking correctly. So it should be pretty exciting for them. It's going to determine if they end up positive or not at the end of it. Rosters are looking a bit interesting here. We have Psychocare at top for 101 Thieves. And then...
I'm sorry,
Okay,
I'm so
you
excited.
just cooked the entire mic. Holy shit.
Sorry, bro. Dude, I'm so excited. Psycho Carrot on top lane. Drago's out. Oh my gosh, Wallahi is gonna be a fucking banger.
I feel like Psychic Carrot is more consistent, but probably not peaking as high, but we will kind of have to see how it goes. And we are seeing Oliver and Vic finally come off the bench for Andromeda. They've been signed for a while, but haven't actually gotten to play until this series, which is pretty exciting.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's also interesting. Rex is jungling?
Yeah, I don't know what other role he would play. He is
Wait, they're doing the front! Oh my gosh! Dude, I love 101 Thieves. You're my go. Actually, this isn't quite the roster I wanted. I wanted Daxi mid, but like that's...
And then the other dominant bot lane, I assume.
Yeah.
You can't one-to-one swap here.
Yeah, I'm very excited for this game. I think Drago has been pretty instrumental in 101 Thieves wins so far, so I'm curious to see how much it's going to translate over to this roster. Rex, I think, is a stronger jungler than Jonah. Just if you want to talk rank, but like just most in general, I think they have a bit of a stronger champion pool compared to Jonah. But it should be still interesting to watch. Andromeda, what's the lineup? It's been Vic and who's
Oliver is their jungler.
Oliver, yeah. I think he's... What rank is he? Also, like, how many games has he played? I know nothing.
A decent amount. I don't know what rank he is. I don't really care that much, to be honest.
Yeah, that's
but I don't know why he's not showing up in the Champions to watch.
Yeah.
He's played 7 games of Kayn, 1 game of Nocturne, 2 games of Amumu, game of Hecarim, and a game of Vi. So they probably spelled his name wrong in the roster. Shame on Stanley not knowing how to spell his own players' names. Actually, going to now publicly shame him in the season discussion.
Absolutely.
At Stanley can't even spell your own jungle name correctly.
Put him on the cross, bro. Get his ass up there.
Okay, and now I need to remake assets. Yippee!
Give some slack to Stanley. That's my boy. I would agree.
No, I don't care. Sorry.
But for the bid extension,
it is literally his job, and I have to deal with it, so I'm going to be upset about it. See, now we get to see that Oliver is the Kayn GOAT. He's 5-2. So it doesn't matter if Apari isn't in here. They still have a strong Kayn player, and we're probably going to see it banned. Yeah. Vic having 4 Aurora games in the server already is mad impressive, by the way, and that 5.2 on KDA is definitely something to look at. And I believe LeBlanc is still really strong in this patch, and is Jonah's top performing champion in the mid lane. So we could see that come out. Psycho Carrot's best performing top laner being Victor 1-0 1.22 is a bit concerning, especially into Bean, who's proven himself as a pretty strong top laner.
I do think it's interesting as well. I think Psycho Carrot's next best champion is probably Nasus. He's played it a little bit. He has hyped it up quite a bit. The champion is quite strong right now in current meta. I think he got nerfed on the... I don't know if he got nerfed on the most recent patch, but is definitely kind of tearing it up in pro play, is it not?
It appears that Psycho Carrot's top lane pool is Nasus, who he has a 5.2 KDA on, just happened to lose that game. Pantheon.
Oh, that was with the famed
KDA.
323
Seta, right? 1.75 KD top lane. Vel'Koz, 1.09 top lane, and then Victor is the one that we see here. So definitely going to be something interesting.
I'm hyped. That's certified banger on my boy Psychic Carrot. Love to see it.
But I don't know. It should be really interesting. I think Bean is a really strong top lane player, though, and I think Andromeda selecting red side and guaranteeing counterpick for presumably top lane, I think is going to help them out a lot.
Absolutely.
But we should be able to move on here and take a look at the key matchup, which that's not right. Hold on.
literally has a drop down your fault. True. Real.
Hold
Oh
on.
yeah, I'm juggling versus Rex today. Let me
Yep.
put up my
And
League of
purple
Legends.
team versus green team for sure. Also correct. Um, hmm.
Dean sounds so sad. I would agree. He sounds sad all the time. Trust.
This is actually facts.
$150 wins and 111 losses is crazy though. For me, ain't no way.
Okay, I think I have the tech here. Give me a second.
They've countered for Vic. That could also be true. We have seen like a lot of interesting top mid lane picks. Uh, things like the Smolder. I
Voila.
don't know if the key match is gonna be Lithi versus Dominic. That's interesting.
Both of these players have a significant amount of games on the server. On support, it looks like 18 and 30. And both of them performed
Yeah,
pretty well, so I am actually excited to see him play. Dominic's most played support being Zach is mad funny, by the way.
his Zach
Lithy
is
has
cracked, bro.
a more normal pool for sure, but key
Yeah.
player is going to be Rex on 101 Thieves. 80 games played, 60% win rate. Solid KDA, 43 champs played, averaging less than 2 games per champion is pretty interesting. And then Honan on the
Yeah,
other team, this one is obvious. This Thresh and this Zereth are definitely key bands to look at, and he has a very solid ADC pool. 207 games coming
absolutely.
out from this guy, still a positive win rate, and 42 champions played, so just about the same amount of champions as Rex with like 2.5 times the amount of games, which I think is pretty interesting. But we should be hitting draft right now. But it
Yeah.
doesn't appear that it started yet. I don't think you need to ban Psycho or Psycho Carrot's Pike, considering he's listed as top lane, but he can always flex.
You can also just place Pike top. He is a bit of a sicko like that. Some other
I think
champions
that
to
is
kind of
so
watch.
bad you just let him do that. I
Yeah,
can't
yeah,
lie,
yeah.
but
I would agree, but it would be
yeah.
fun to watch.
I think personally for
Rex.
me, Kane, Twitch, Thresh, Xerath, probably 2 or 3 out of those 4 are not making it through draft here.
Yeah, there could also be some influence on Rex's Kha'Zix. Definitely an insane pick for him, and he has always shown that he can play. That's one of his best champions in solo queue, and has always played it pretty well. But I'm curious what he's gonna say. Psycho Care is asking a potentially crazy left field question. If you were to play Ornn, what would you build? Hypothetically, of course. Rune
Okay,
discussion would also
draft
be
is starting
engaging.
here now, and do not fucking entertain this. Is he saying that in Twitch chat? Because he should not be in the viewer list. Please, if you are in the series, don't be watching this.
Or at least have it muted and
Yes,
like on a different monitor that's like not up.
right. If real
Um,
ones turn it on their phone, turn their phone volume off, and then put it face down on the. Damn, who the
like,
fuck?
dang, that's crazy. If we do want to talk about bans, 101 Thieves is opting to ban out the Thresher. This is pretty smart versus
Yeah.
Zonin. Rengar is the
Vanguard.
ban
Oh,
for the
interesting.
Rex. Rex's Rengar is actually really good. I've watched him play it quite a bit. He's pretty skilled on these assassins, but I think this is a fair ban. I don't know how strong a champion is, but could also just be a mental gap. Looks like the Ashe is also being banned away. I think Andromeda has used this as sort of like a way to pivot Honan into ADC while if he's on a support champion. And it looks like there's a potential Kha'Zix cover as well. That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I would fucking hope that Twitch gets banned, although it's not a very good champion here, so I think there's definitely discussion on whether you can leave it up or not. But it looks like a triple Rex ban could also be the option here. And yeah, Ashe is just an annoying fucking champion. Not super great right now. I think she's one of the ADCs that's performing less good, but I've played a couple games of it, and once you get online, you do so much fucking damage still. Definitely not a
Yeah,
champion you can frown
absolutely.
upon too much, but I predicted almost all 3 of the bans here, and they are leaving Twitch up. I wonder if that's going to get locked in right away, but Jonas Akali is actually the final ban here.
Ooh, I
I
like
guess
that.
Vic might have a specific weakness into it, but the LeBlanc is still good here.
So
potentially
there's a lot
coming out
of
from
really
Jungle.
strong first picks from 101 Thieves. I think Rex has played quite a bit of Udyr recently. You could also go for like the first pick Twitch if you want to get Will Comfort, which is going to be the option here. Should be super exciting to watch.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you don't first pick Twitch here, Andromeda's still just going to pick counters to Twitch, and you're probably going to want the Twitch anyway. So if you know you're going to
Yep,
pick it, they know you're going to pick it. There's no reason not to first pick it. If there's no
absolutely.
contested picks on the board, which I don't believe there are, I'm hoping what we see is the Xerath coming out from Honan here. It is a flex. You can play it in either lane. I feel like you have a pretty statistically good matchup into Twitch. Not that there have been enough games to prove it,
Oh my
but
gosh, it's going to be the Sejuani lock-in.
yes,
Honan did play this in the support role,
yes,
so
this
it's still a
could
blind
potentially
flex.
be a three-way flex. I feel
Yep.
like Oliver could probably play it. Bean could probably play it. Likely going to go jungle, but I'd actually say that likely is like 50%. Not
I
very
would
high at all.
actually prefer it not to be
Yeah.
jungle. I feel like Sejuani is kind of an easily exploited tank jungler if you're like a skilled jungler who knows what they're doing.
Yeah, I
And
believe the Jhin that was hovered there is the only overlapping champion between Honan and Lithy, but this Caitlyn is almost definitely Lithy,
yep.
and can do well to stop Twitch from getting too far ahead early game. Spikes really early, and the Caitlyn meme is that if she gets a kill pre-6, your lane's basically over. So we'll have to see if they
Yep.
make plays towards the bot side to try and get her ahead.
Yeah, not a lot of synergy if you want to send the Sejuani bot lane, but like has a bunch of
And
CC, so it's
this
not
is
the
a
worst. Oh
first
my
round
gosh!
Bel'Veth lock. What the fuck are we
Rex
doing?
my
Oh
goats! A little too
no.
much ego on this play IMO.
Yeah,
This
I don't
champion is
support
a little
this.
easy to counterpick, but
Yeah, I
definitely the
mean,
type of champion you want to like slam
yeah,
if only if you're like really confident in your ability to play this champion.
yeah,
Really disgusting on the snowball, but very hard to
yeah.
execute. And it looks like
101
it's just going
Thieves
to
is
be a Leona lock-in for the support. So
Yeah, I mean, that should enable Dominic to get around the map and get a lot done, which I think is really
yeah,
important, and that does provide some early game support for Bel'Veth, but 101 Thieves is
absolutely.
going to need to lock in early game champions for their top and mid lane to make sure that this Bel'Veth can actually start snowballing. I think 101
Yeah.
Thieves with this draft is definitely buying into the theory that their team is going to do best if they get an early lead and can just kind of ride that and not necessarily focus on macro too much. I think they are one of the teams that practices less, if not at all.
Yeah.
Bean banning Mordekaiser here is really interesting because he is known for playing a lot of it. So taking that off the table is actually really interesting. And I think
Yeah.
it could be super helpful for them to draft into this team comp, stopping Twitch or
I would agree.
Bel'Veth from getting like resets in Bel'Veth's case or just AoE damage on everyone is huge.
Yeah.
Vix Ari being banned away here is pretty interesting, and I think this Amumu Sejuani could technically still be a flex, but I'm sure this is just going to be a Amumu jungle for Oliver.
Yeah, I think it's like kind of hard. Amu tends to want to just like power farm till 6. That's sort of like what you want to do, and Belveth is the type of champion who can kind of exploit those types of champions. I think the Ahri is a really solid blind ban because they're probably going to blind mid lane and save counterpick for being top, and Ahri is just a pretty safe laner. It kind of pairs with like a lot of junglers. So
I don't know what they know about Jonas Echo that I don't, but this is fucking crazy.
yeah,
The Lux
not a fan
ban,
of
I
that ban, but
assume, is just getting thrown out there because it hits Vic and Lithy.
yeah.
Although
The
I'm
Caitlyn
pretty
Lux lane is
sure
a little tricky, but
Lithy's pick is also locked on this Caitlyn.
yeah, I would agree. Hoden could play Lux though. How hard could it be, really?
Yeah, but I
Fairly.
don't think we're putting Sejuani top here with this draft so far,
Yeah,
but
yeah, I would tend to
always
agree.
could be wrong.
And it looks like it's going to be a Kale pick for being here. This
Okay,
is a
this
really
is
interesting
devious.
pick.
I feel like what you want to do is draft good early so that you can
Wait, doesn't Nasus just
contest.
clown Kale?
Yeah, and we're leaving Nasus up, by the way. I think the move here
Amazing.
from Andromeda should be to draft early for your own team to stop the Bel'Veth snowball and try and contest topside, but instead we picked the slowest topside champion of all time to get online, and we just picked Ornn into it. Does this mean that Bean is reading Twitch chat and just pre-cancels the Ornn? I don't know. This shit is terrible. The 101 Thieves just doomed their entire draft with a single pick. I think the Ornn Bel'Veth top jungle combo might be the worst thing I've ever seen cooked up. Unless we're lane swapping the Twitch Leona top permanently, maybe. Oh, I
That's
hate
so
this.
criminal. I don't know
I
why they did
hate
this pick
this,
Psycho
man.
Carrots top
Nasus here
laner
goes
here. Nasus
crazy
goes
because
brave.
Amumu
Yeah.
and Sejuani don't touch you, and like, cause you just heal through them, and then Caitlyn and Kale don't get to play the game. But I guess we're just picking the freest matchup of all time for Kale. I swear this shit is unplayable. The Lissandra pickup is actually going to do a really good job of neutralizing Belveth and Twitch. I don't know
Yeah.
what the matchup is into Hui. I assume it's going to be Hui favored, and I honestly have no clue how good Jonas Hui is. And yes, this is definitely a Hui favored matchup, but at this point, I think the draft's so fucked by the Ornn. You have a full scaling team comp with Belveth. Maybe this team is just hoping that they'll like get lucky. They'll win one fight late game, and then
Yeah.
just
Definitely, if you
run the
pick
board.
Nasus and just drop a Wither on Kale and then just like have your Belveth run at her, I don't think it's playable for the Kale, no? Like the game's over. I don't know, man. I think it's definitely a bit
This
of a
is.
lack of cojones on the part of Psycho Care to just say pick me fucking Nasus. This matchup
I
isn't
feel
playable
like
for Kale.
maybe they haven't given him the option to pick his champion anymore.
Could be true, but like I don't know. Do you see you see Kale on the enemy team and you see big fucking dollar signs in the Nasus eyes? No, like come on. I don't know,
I
man. I
feel
feel
like
like it's
they
a little
probably
egregious, but
just told him you can play top lane as long as you play Ornn every game. I don't know. I'm not gonna
I think
lie,
that's so
that
criminal,
is
bro.
my
That is
I agree.
crazy.
I think that is like just objectively the wrong move, but we'll have to see how this game goes. It's not looking great for the side of 101 Thieves,
Yeah,
but I
I think
think
it
if they
is a
just
bit Andromeda
happen to
favored,
get
but
lucky on a coin flip, I think there's an angle for this stuff to get resolved.
absolutely.
And I guess if Sejuani makes an early roam topside, Kale can stack her pretty quickly, but you are playing Sejuani with 3 range champs, which I
Yeah.
think is kind of hurting you in
Amumu
some
also is not a
aspects.
real range champion or a melee champion. You're like never autoing consistently on that character, so
Yeah. I mean, I do think in terms of like cohesiveness and ability to get stuff done, I think 101 Thieves draft is better because they are just so obscenely strong late game. And I feel like all the support for Kale is going to have fallen off by the time you get to late game. I just don't know if it's really playable because you have to play so perfectly to kind of get to the point where you're actually allowed to play the game. But
if 101 Thieves loses Jonah Jungle, Carrot Mid, Rex Top, that'd be bigger, bro. I agree, Avery. But yeah, I do think that like 101 Thieves does have like a couple different angles for the Belveth to play for. Like you could also play for bot lane with like Leona, just pair up with Leona, go for objectives, like try to run them down before they hit 6 kind of thing. Definitely a couple of different avenues for that. It's gonna be a little tricky for Belveth to play the game once Mumu hits 6, but I think it's definitely still doable. Playing into Lissandra, this champion did just get buffed recently on latest patch, I believe. So it's going to be a little tricky with the Malignance build, I think. Either like permanent up or R uptime. So should be interesting to see. Okay, I did also ask Psycho Care about the or not picking Nasus, and he said I also want to prove Taxi wrong because Ornn plus Leona plus follow up engage is just broken engage, which is interesting, but kind of based honestly. I don't know if you're muted or not, but
no, I'm just need
oh, you're
to.
setting shit up.
Yep. Oh no, I
Okay.
need to respond to some things in chat.
Oh yeah, I got you. I got you.
Yep.
I think in
And
mid
yeah,
lane,
I am gonna just gen assets for this real quick. This is an
yeah,
interesting draft for sure.
yeah. I can yap. I can yap. Hui into Lissandra, I'm pretty sure is a Hui favorite matchup. You do just sort of
Yeah.
outrange her and click all your buttons, and she can't really interact
Yeah,
with you.
Kale Ornn
Uh,
is doomed, by the way. I cannot
yeah,
stress this enough. It completely makes up for whatever difference there is in the mid lane.
yeah. And I think Rex has to run down the Kale like 8 times in order for the game to be like remotely playable from them. But you do have a lot of prio for like grubs and stuff potentially. If you can sort of like ensure the Ornn has prio with the Hui, who should be out roaming the Lissandra, it should be really easy for Balveth to get 6 grubs. Champion with picking up the grub soul, or I don't know what you want to call it. I'm gonna call it grub soul, the little Belveth soul to uh get the extra void grubs. It's really strong, and I don't know if anyone on Andromeda can kind of match up Belveth with that soul inside. So should be interesting to watch. Uh, I think bot lane also while Will is on his comfort pick, I don't know if Twitch can really do anything into Caitlyn early. It's like a pray you can farm matchup. No. So's correct.
Yeah, I mean, you're just so pressured by the Caitlyn. I feel like all Caitlyn matchups are kind of the same though. Like you're just kind of doomed.
Yep. Yeah, I
But
think it's really gonna rely on Dominic trying to escape lane and pair up with Rex. Just really play for him. So, well, I think if the Ornn was just an Nasus, your draft is so fucking good. But like, unfortunately, we have not drafted Nasus. We have drafted Ornn. So, also, let's not slander Fire, bro. Come on, Fire is
no,
goated.
it is not. Sorry to say it.
I used to make guides on Fire. Come on, bro.
That doesn't help anything.
What do you mean?
Okay.
Evan is. I also accidentally DM'd Evan about the no Nasus. And he says, kind of crazy. I don't think he can play Ornn. Oof, not a look of confidence.
Yeah, I don't know
from your
why
duo
we're
partner.
looking at Ornn. Psychogard is actively asking for help on how to play Ornn, and we have drafted the worst Ornn matchup of all time. I don't think there's a worse one. If anyone can think of something and let us know, that would be appreciated.
Oh no. The worst matchup is the Kale versus Nasus matchup. Surely, like if we're talking about
No.
champion specific matchups
For Ornn.
For Ornn,
I mean, yes, it looks like Kale Nasus is a negative 7.7% one. I think Jax is a harder counter, but I don't think Psycho Carrot plays Jax. I guess Ornn Kale is more even than I thought. Vayne is the worst Ornn matchup, allegedly. Olaf and Trundle are pretty bad. But I mean, anything range that can just scale up into him, I feel like is menacing. But this is rough, man. Kale has actually not been played yet this season. Same with Belveth. Let me go back to the season records. Yeah, and Lissandra has been played twice, but it's 0-2. Sejuani's done pretty solidly. Everything else in this game is looking pretty even, with the exception of Fui doing well, but we'll just call that Evan Gap. Player matchups, the only one of these that we've seen before, actually, is Rex versus Oliver, which is surprising. But Rex has cleaned up in this matchup, so we'll see if that can stay. I think 101 Thieves is not predicted to win this match by a lot of people, but me and Mason both called them 2-1 earlier, so
yeah. I know. We might just be coping though, to be honest.
I do think Andromeda has a lot of fans, so I think that Andromeda's prediction is going to be better. And while we are waiting, I actually just am going to run a prediction for the culture. So any gamblers, you can look for that in about 2 seconds.
Gamble, let's go. That's what I'm saying. We got a lot of people in chat today. I think Andromeda is a pretty popular team, so not super surprising.
And a lot of them are like online but not playing, so I think that does help. But it appears we're actually getting into draft now, so it's going to be a while before we get in. But I mean, I don't know. Psycho Carrot, or it is looking a bit rough. I can't lie. The overall records for these champions, nothing's really standing out except for Twitch and Leona being very successful and Lissandra not being so. Muumu's also historically not done super well, but I do think there's that patch like 3 years ago where everyone played a Muumu and like he was really good in solo queue and not that much in organized. And I think that didn't help, but the champion matchups, the only one we've seen before is Kale winning, and then Caitlyn and Twitch we've seen a billion times, and Twitch has better KDA because we have 8 million Twitch one tricks in the server, and then Caitlyn has actually ended up winning more often, but I mean at this point it's one of them had to be 4-3. I don't think we can put much salt in it actually being Caitlyn. This matchup might be more of like a neutralize the Twitch than actually advantageous. I'm not really sure. But
yeah, definitely gonna be a very exciting game to watch. I think it's gonna be all eyes on Rex in this draft. They drafted a comp that like really wants to play for him, so I think it's really gonna come down to his execution in this game.
I feel like it's going to be borderline impossible though. You're playing into a Muumu, Lissandra, Sejuani, and Kale's gonna be able to ult whoever your first target for resetting is.
Yeah,
and I believe Belveth actually does need to be in to have like hit the target in order to get the reset. She can't just like let it happen, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Think?
Like if your team just takes Baron, it's not like Baron spawns a thing no matter what, right?
No, Baron always spawns the thing. Same with Grubs if you're 6.
Oh, interesting. Even if it's like the other team just completely took it and not Your team didn't even touch it?
Wait, if you get the wait, what do you mean? The grubs?
Like, if the other team takes Baron and then leaves, do you just get to walk up and take Baron?
Oh no.
Right. So
It's only if you kill it.
you have to hit it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I meant.
Yeah, but I feel like the more important part is gonna be grubs, no? Like if you can get the 6 grubs with the
I fear into
Velvet
Amumu
Soul.
Lysandra. I think it's a little rough, but I mean the Kale pick isn't great either because you're not really going to be able to contest early. I don't know.
Yeah, that's
I
what I
hate
mean.
both of these top lane picks so much. Like I don't know what either team was thinking.
Yeah, I would agree, but like if you're trying to play for a Belveth win condition, you want to play for grubs, and I feel like the Ornn does a better job of facilitating. And Hui should, in theory, have better moves than Lysandra if you are playing the matchup correctly, no?
Yeah, but only because Hui is better in the matchup. Lysandra is a really good champion at rotating for mid game fights like that, especially
Yeah,
when your R is
absolutely,
up.
absolutely.
And her ultimate is like a death sentence for Belveth and Twitch, who are going to be the carries that they are going to need to be online.
Yeah,
I think
and they're
Quay can
also
do a
gonna be
lot
like
this game, and
in
it
range.
doesn't make a
Yeah,
difference. But
yeah.
we'll have to see.
Both Belveth and Twitch kind of want to be in range of where Lysandra could be, so it's like
Yeah.
gonna be very hard for them. Oh, okay, you think Liz is better than Hui in lane? Really? Thank you, Tusini, for your input, by the way. That's surprising. I feel like Hui just kind of just outranges her, no?
I think Lysandra can get more done. I don't think Lysandra
Yeah.
can do... Like, I think independently as champions, Lyssandra's way more useful during the laning phase. I just don't know how much she can do into Hui specifically, but I feel like her roams are going to be really good.
Yeah,
But
absolutely, absolutely.
I don't know.
Hui's gonna be up 20 CS and Lissandra's gonna drop waves to go fucking kill the Belveth with their Mumu, I guess. But that's the thing, though, like, Mumu Lissandra isn't the greatest 2v2. Especially with a Mumu jungle and sedge support. She has faster move with E2. Yeah. So hard against a mid laner with no mobility. That's fair. I think that requires you to be ahead though, no? At least IMO? Yeah,
Yeah,
that would track,
I don't
that would
know.
track.
I feel like the Hui range is going to allow him to... Like, I think he should just be able to play out of range of your E. But the Sejuani
Yeah.
and Amumu are definitely a problem, but I feel like that's a little independent of Lysandra. I feel like that would be a problem for Hui no matter what. But
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know. I mean, we get to see hone in on Sejuani support. This team Metabusters or what? Like, we're drafting Kale in 2024 and picking Sejuani support. I don't know.
Is Kale
Everything
up bad
else
right
is
now?
pretty stock standard. I mean, they're the first team to pick her this season, so I would assume. But
Yeah. I don't know. It's
I
just not
think
that
this might
popular.
just be a I'm playing into Psycho Carrot. I don't care. I'm going to pick a champion that's going to be insane late game, and I don't think he can punish me.
That's a fair read,
That's my
to be
thought.
honest.
But then again, he should have just picked Nasus. It bothers me so much. This
Agreed.
really is grinding my gears here. Like, we could have a Nasus.
True. Would tend to agree. Also, the Udyr matchup or the Mumu into Udyr matchup is so unplayable for the Mumu, but like, different conversation, TM. Don't worry, I'll play Nasus next series for you. Yeah, I would prefer if you die. That champ's so cancer to play versus. Do we want to talk about runes? Is there anything interesting in these runes? No? Okay, nice.
I mean, Glacial Sejuani is so good and so smart. Grasp Ornn is going to get you value until level 5, and then you want Aftershock. So I don't think I fully agree with that, but we already have established that Psycho Carrot doesn't know what he's doing.
No. They did manage to get the ward down onto Raptors for Rex. Most Belvets tend to start Raptors, but I'm curious to see what clear he does. I'm clocking out. I want to play Dress to Impress. Have fun, Mimi. Thank you for stopping by.
Appears there are some Discord issues for 101 Thieves, but they have resolved.
I think I had the same issue as well, but shift is over. That's what I'm saying. Looks like Amumu is going to start red
Psycho Carrot going for the level 1 Gs. Kale not having lethal tempo does mean her level 1 is very slightly weaker.
Oh, lethal tempo is also coming back by the face trap by the side of Andromeda. Does manage to get the favorable end of that trade on and going down to losing like a quarter HP. Good bush tease from 101 Thieves. Wait, Oliver is opting for camp skip, going for 3 camp into potential bot lane gank. I think is the read here from him. I don't know if I agree with that.
Psycho Carrot putting in work against Kale here, but Kale now hit level 2 early and it's just running him down. Had the advantage there, but does get chunked by the Ornn Q, which is knocking her down to a very low health threshold, even with the level advantage. When Ornn hits level 2, it's going to be problems for her.
Yeah. I do want to talk about this Amumu clear a little bit. I'm surprised he's not just opting for the 6 clear. Like, your champion doesn't really do much pre-6, so a little bit suspect IMO, but
there are danger pings from red side towards top side. They assumed that Bel'Veth was clearing up, except they have vision, so they know that's not the case. They're now going to spot... I actually don't think they spot him in the Ghost Warrior, but they will see the camps move. So it depends on if they're looking, but Oliver's now going for it. Had the sweepers, that's not on vision.
Exhaust
and
on
flashes
the will, but...
forced. 2 flashes actually coming out from Andromeda here. Now Oliver is able to make contact. Root coming out, and they're able to grab first blood out of the Sejuani, unfortunately. But yeah, Will... no, double support kills to start off this game. Slight advantage for Andromeda since they got their first extra 150 gold spread around their team.
Yeah, they did have to burn 1 more flash for it, but I think you definitely call that worth.
Yeah. Oliver, unfortunately, is missing camps, and they know this. They're able to just press tab and see his camp count, obviously. And Jonah got a good ward on his Raptors, but don't think they have anything they can do about it. Rex just clearing bot. Maybe could find an angle here, but not sure.
Definitely could pair up with Leona here.
I feel like he'd rather just farm until he can go get grubs, though.
Yeah, I mean, you have downtime here after you finish grubs.
But now Leona going in early. Will is here, can get some damage down, but Dominic's in a lot of trouble here. Almost gets taken down by the Kate. Will popping E isn't enough to get the kill here. And that trap could probably spell death for whoever walks into it, even this early in the game.
Hunin is super low. Rex is just going to go back up for topside grab.
Yeah, doesn't think he can test bot, but he probably could have just double scheduled here. He might still be able to. Psycho Carrot looking to pressure. Grubs aren't spawning for another couple minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, lane gank. Lane gank incoming in the top lane.
That was a little devious from the side RX here.
Yeah, I don't know if the wave's pushing the way he needs it to for this to work.
Oh, I don't think he got spotted out. This is definitely an angle here.
Yeah, oh, it's Psycho Carrot just completely whiffs everything, and that is going to sell the play, unfortunately. Leona going in again, I think will...
Oh my gosh, Ronan might... Yeah, oh no, good dash, just to make sure you get so.
Yeah, so Sejuani
is very Overlord.
Situation.
True. No, I'm on the 15 stream watch streak. Crazy, bro.
Yep.
A bit of a fan, to be honest.
Amumu going for an interesting play here is going to look for an invade. Bel'Veth has full cleared, unfortunately, for him. It's now going to go back towards our top side.
A little awkward for him.
I thought Oliver was just going to go for Dragon when it spawned, but he's walking around this way, choosing not to just queue over the wall for it. But no, it looks like he's going bot lane again. He's going to get spotted by this ward. They're taking the out, maybe, but Engage is coming out from Honan, not able to find anything. And Q going wide from Oliver. He's going to have another one here, and it is actually able to go down onto the Twitch. Twitch falling down low, but not low enough to die, I think. And Will's actually able to grab the double kill. One going over to Caitlyn, though. That is her pre-6 kill that you want to watch out for. But Bel'Veth's just continuing
definitely get a type wear if you're Will here. Really good W from him to like catch them both, and then just like keep them slowed and apply the dot, and then getting the expunge off while they miss a lot of abilities onto the Leona. Super good play from them. What Dominic with the fancy feet there? It's very clean, IMO.
Yeah, the fact that Dominic was able to survive is pretty worth it. Jonah is getting that lead mid that we assumed he would get. Both mid laners still have their TPs here, but
yeah,
Kale's now even out on Ornn, and Ornn doesn't get to have fun anymore. So it's gonna be a little rough. But Rex is starting up these grubs top lane.
Yeah, you see that Rex does have the farm advantage over Oliver. Isn't 6, but this is still really good. You do want to scale towards the level 6 or the 6 grub power spike. You should be stronger than them even at next grub spawn, so should be really interesting. Oliver's looking for the invade here.
Successful invade here, and they could just both go over the wall and look for a play on Hui once Lissandra's back up. But you're losing 3 grubs for this, and you could have just taken Dragon here. So that's just something to look out for. And there's no 6 from Sejuani, so this play is a lot weaker than it is. But Jonah walked up way too far. He's just going to get rooted.
Good root
yeah, I mean, you're dying here. There's no way you get out. Especially with Oliver showing up. They're going to give the kill to Lissandra, hopefully. And yes, that is a kill going over to Vic.
Good play from Andromeda, just to even out the score a little bit. Jonah pushing up a little too far, felt a little too confident. Gets chain ganked and does die, so
yeah.
well played to Andromeda.
Call that one a bit more than a little too far. He was basically past the far wall. Definitely got to play back as Hui and make sure that you're not investing too much in your own lane. Leona holding the wave here is honestly super helpful, and she does not take much damage at all if her W's active. So
yeah, Amumu did pick up the Faded Ashes, so we are going to see the Leandri setup from the Amumus here. This makes it so that your clear is like turbo fast. Rex does have a potential angle on this play though. If the Leona pairs up with him, they are pushing the wave in. This is
sell, so they don't know
here.
Anyone's here. They're looking to be engaged and not able to find anything coming up from Leona, but double knockup coming up from Belveth. Belveth did dash away, so I think that's going to hurt their chances of being able to finish this play off. Only dash in the wrong direction, and I'm not sure there's much less to play. Rex gets chunked, and Flash does come out here. Rex going down and is able to finish it off. That's a kill going over to Rex. The Belveth coming online here.
Yeah, definitely good pairing with Leona did kind of sell the early part of that fight by whiffing the first E, but definitely managed to
Born all coming out here from Psychic Carry.
Here.
They're looking for it, and he's just able to take the E out. Nothing needed to be expended there, and that Ornal is completely wasted, and he needs to then TP right back top, which is really hurting him. He bought the call on Orn?
Oh my gosh, he's so based.
There's so fucking way, dude.
Dragon is picked up, does manage to pick up the Bell Vessel as well, and this is like a little risky for the side of Andromeda. Belveth with the evolved form is like very strong and hard to contest, so I'm curious to see how Rex will utilize this temporary advantage.
Yeah, I feel like as Andromeda though, you don't really need to fight here. You can just
try
to get a bigger trade. Yeah, I mean, that isn't going anywhere. Neither of them are killing each other, but Amumu's probably going to lose out on this. I don't think there's much lifesteal available for Rex, though, so he's going to try and kite this out. And Kaelinol is just going to be able to secure this flash for no fucking reason from Oliver, but maybe he was worried.
Good pick from Oliver.
Psycho Carrot needs the cannon, just dashes in for no reason. He's going to take most of his health bar from Kale here. He wants the call. I don't know what to say. And there's a pause. Someone's league crashed.
Yeah. Rex is going for the Bork setup on Belveth here.
And we're on pause. Jonah getting some damage down, but I feel like now that he's down a kill, I think the lane is a bit harder for him. We're just going to have to wait till he can fully come online with items.
Yeah, he is getting a bit fanboyed in the mid lane here. Double rotate over.
Is it over?
But doesn't really get anything. Yeah.
It might be over.
Oh my gosh. The play damage is a little illegal though. Kale is starting to get the, like, even out this matchup. Even CS is not what you want to see in a Kale matchup, but...
God. Okay, we can still spectate. I was worried there for a second. Amumu is looking for a potential play here. He is on a ward here, but still able to successfully evade and steal things away. I think Belveth is just going to counter jungle and go for the wraps, though.
Yeah, definitely have an avenue for it. You do want to get the second grub spawn as Rex. That's super important. Plus, it'll give you the empowered Baron form that you really want. Kale did use the TP back, so both of the laners from the side of... Oh my gosh, the ulti coming out. Just a solo kill from the side of Andromeda here. Super well played, and this grub play might not be live anymore for Rex.
Yep, he's looking to just fully clear his opponent's jungle. Top lane is not looking good for Psycho Carrot, though. He's just trying to kite out. He's healing a little bit, and now he's going to look to turn the play, and he doesn't find the knockup, doesn't know his range, but Rex should be able to pick this up. Kale ulti is used, and Rex actually dashes in the wrong direction after Kale Flash is burned.
Oh, really bad play from Rex here. A bit of a whiff on that dash and flash, but Dean, you're also getting reminded to close the timer controls because we can kind of see them at the bottom.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
Yeah, Mumu should just be able to pick it up here,
and Rex is just gonna die.
Does get the one grub, but Kale is on the way over. Good dash over the wall. Does burn the flash here.
Yep. Actually, good engage from Dominic here, but the Twitch isn't there to follow up. This fight's gonna be interesting. Crossbat play, and Mumu just picks up the kill. Falling is gonna be way more interesting here, I'm pretty sure, but the Sejuani ultimate coming out is just gonna cancel it. but maybe they're going to find a play on the Lithy
out.
here. Will getting a lot of damage down. Might be able to get something off of it. Flashes in to try and finish it, but I don't think he has the attack range. Lithy flashes just to be sure. I think he might have been able to grab it with that, but I think that was another kill coming out on the top side. Bean was able to grab one more. It's now 2-0-1 in the kill, and Will almost hops back onto it, but now Psycho Carrot burning that ultimate. That's not how you're supposed to sequence Ornn at all. Why are they making him play this champion?
By the way, if this is Nasus, he's fucking walking this kill down like a dog, bro. It's criminal.
Yeah. And the flash W coming out from Vic, and he's not going to die, but he gives a kill.
Honan does die. Super interesting. Lithy is so far accelerated though, like 2 kills, no deaths. Has the collector finish, is super strong now. Also, Oliver has had the better side of the match, or better read on the matchup into Rex here. Has had a lot of really positive plays versus him. Got like a lot of shutdowns for his team. Rex is kind of selling here in this matchup, so.
Yeah, I mean, it is really tough to have a strong top side when you draft Twayhorn with it. I don't know. I can't lie. Amumu's going to look for a wraparound on Jonah here. I honestly don't think
Ornn is here on the
any of this mid stuff though is necessarily crazy plays from Vic. Jonah is just not respecting the other team at all. But now Rex is going in looking to find a kill into Oliver, but Oliver's just going to be able to walk it out. He falls down super low, but they just don't have the damage.
Does live
the
on
Blackfire Torch is not online for Wei, so there's not going to be any burn.
Yep. It is still 5 grubs for the side of, or for 101 Thieves. Does give you the 1 grub spawn, and the stronger dot, but
Psycho Carrot looking for a play here. Doesn't have the Ornn ulti, and you need it to have a chance at the kill. She's just going to poke you down from range. Dominic could look for an engage here, but it's rough with Caitlyn being this strong. But yeah, Psycho Carrot's just getting walked down by Kale.
Did finish the Sunfire cape. I'm not sure that's what you're supposed to build into Kale, but I don't know. I'm not a top laner.
Presumably not, and he just gets killed. Yeah. Being ulting just in case, I don't think that tower shot kills him, but I respect it regardless. Rex is trying to get it, but Sejuani ult is burned. Oliver's going to be here with ulti too. I think this fight is completely doomed for 101 Thieves. And Oliver just looking for the engage. Will actually be able to find a good play here, and I think they're able to pick up one more onto Rex. Now Rex is resetting, almost finds the chain, but this is just a 2 for 2, and they're actually able to find another one. Honan picking up a double kill here somehow, and Jonah's actually able to even it out. This is a 3 for 3 for both teams on the bot side, and Jonah's trying to kite out. Oliver is just going to find the damage.
Yeah, super well played, or super bloody fight. Sorry, I don't think it was really well played by anyone, in my opinion. But definitely Andromeda coming out positive on this.
And now Twitch is clearing out a control ward. Sejuani walking up towards the dragon, trying to regain that vision that was just lost. Psycho Carrot looking for this tower, but I believe he can just get run down by Kale though, but she's a little worried because they know that the top side pressure is here, trying to grab the Rift Herald.
101 Thieves opting to just grab this Rift Herald. It is a pretty free objective. The dragon on the other side hasn't had a lot of prio from either team, so not really too much prio on it. They are going to rotate over though for this potential fight. I think 101 Thieves can kind of play
and
out.
then Dominic now flashing in, finds the engage onto the back line, and now Will's here on the other side of the fight, able to find so much damage. That's, I believe, 3 kills going out. Rex able to grab 2 of them, and now that's 4 kills for nothing towards the side of 101 Thieves. They might have found their spot in the game where they get to take control, and Beam just not able to get down in time, which probably good for him. He might get to live here, and now Orange should be able to finish off this top tower.
The Bible says you should build Bramble into Rooker and as Ornn into Gale. That makes a lot of sense. That was a really good engage from Dominic though. The ulti into the Twitch flank on the other side of it was super sick. That was a really well played engage from Dominic there.
And they're able to find both I think all 3 tier 1 towers off that play. Mid might have already fallen, but this gets so much map pressure. And with a team that has Bel'Veth, if you're able to get online with the Bel'Veth minions, you can take the base so much. So these towers for Andromeda are so critical to have them up.
Yeah, definitely not a whole lot going on after that. I think Psycho Carrot got like a lot of damage on the top side tower as well. Super good usage of the like quadra kill, I think. The 4-man kill on the enemy team, just knocking down towers, picking up blue gold on the, most of the map, so.
Yeah, I mean, Dominic was just able to find a really good engage onto double backline, gets the double stun off with his ultimate, and Twitch just starts getting the fire. And once you get him low, Bel'Veth's just able to go in, pop 2 of them, and get resets off, which is exactly what you want to see from 101 Thieves here.
Looks like it is going to be a Wit's End build from Rex here. I do like the setup a lot. The extra tenacity on Bel'Veth with the Merc Dredge should be really good into their comp. The incidental MR as well is super good, plus the on-hit. You love on-hits on this Bel'Veth, so this is just a really solid buy from him overall. I think Honan is rushing... I don't know what he's building. I think this is Dead Man's. I don't know. I don't fuck with the build at all, but whatever, man. I guess, bro. Ooh, flash from Bean, but... not much.
Yeah, Dominic was looking to maybe force a play there. Didn't have his own flash, which I'm not sure Bean knew, but now Vic's looking to find something, but the WQ coming out from Hui is just going to give him the move speed he needs, except now he just walks directly into Honan, who finds the engage off here. They're able to stack up the passive so quickly. Stun comes down, and I think Caitlyn should just be able to pick up this kill. Pops the ulti just to make sure.
Yep. Well played. Good pick from Honan. Jonah a little bit lost there in that fight, a little overextended into the enemy jungle. They do find the correct punish.
Yeah, Psycho Carrot actually able to find the knock up here. If he's able to hit this ultimate, it could be huge. And ult from Kale comes out just in time to save his life, but now Rex is going to be able to pick this up super cleanly. Not a problem for him. And they're able to threaten this top lane turret, dropping the Rift Herald too. This is going to be a very dangerous push for Andromeda to try and defend, but Rex is just going to leave and try to pressure down mid lane, leaving Psycho Carrot alone on the top side of the map. And the engage should be coming out here from Rex. He gets a lot of damage down to Oliver, dashing through the team. Honan actually just missed everything. Oliver was able to find the Q ultimate, getting some CC down into Rex, and Rex dodges out of the way. Caitlyn ult tanked up by Dominic, who's actually able to find a kill. Huge dash coming from Psycho Carrot, sears the Rift Herald into the other team, getting a knock-up. Able to secure one more kill, and now Lithy's running away, but they're going for a dive on Lithy under tower, able to find a knock-up. Dominic's here too, but they're not able to find the damage. Lithy able to pick up one, and actually able to pick up both, and they're finally able to find the kill onto Rex. But now Beans here, any auto onto Rex is going to spell his death, I believe. But now Twitch finding damage onto Kale, trying to run him down, but there is a fight happening in the bot lane. Jonah in trouble here. I don't think he's going to be able to win this.
They do actually have to watch for the potential, and Bel'Veth still has the Baron minions coming up, but... that's crazy.
Yes, Vic was able to find it, but now triple respawn is going to end their push topside, and the game's going back to a neutral state, but the damage has been done to their base. Both Nexus towers are available, and Honan's ultimate is going wide, but he's going to flash Q onto Rex, and I think he's just doomed here. I think Sejuani's going to be able to run him down. He heals a little bit, but doesn't have dashes in the right directions, and that is a 700 gold shutdown going over to Kale.
That's not good.
She's so strong.
Yeah, crazy fight from the side of 101 Thieves. Psycho Carrot finding a really solid play onto the Kale. Good flash usage as well in that fight, just to get out of the sword's damage. But just managing to pick up the chain kill after chain kill, using the Baron form from Bel'Veth to get the really early inhib, and one of the towers for the base is already almost down, so super good push. Does feed the shutdown back into the Kale. Yep. That's never what you want to see, but...
yeah, and that tower is going to regen up to 33%. That is the break point for it, I believe. And Ornn will be looking for an ult here to initiate. He does have a flank on it, and Will's walking up trying to find some damage, but Kale's now taking top tower and does have the TP available. Honan burning the dash to get out, but now the engage is falling out, and Leona ult not able to find any targets, but Will just able to pop one to start off the fight. Looking for more here, but Dominic taking a huge chunk from Caitlyn, and Psycho Carrot is completely isolated, trying to 1v3 on the backside of the fight, while Rex is just doing the dragon, and I think the call is for Psycho Carrot to disengage, and Kale did grab a quick base, and is just shoving topside back out, having completed that death cap as a second item, which is inefficient, I think? I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure it is. There's definitely a lot of better on-hit items I think you can build. I think the engage from Psycho Carrot was really good. Will is finding a lot of really good flanks, though. I really want to point that out. He's been. This is why you kind of don't let his Twitch through. I think him and Dominic have been pairing up super well in most of these fights. It's just been kind of hard.
Psycho Carrot looking for an engage here, but I think Vic's just going to be able to run him down. The ultimate is coming off, getting a lot of damage down, and actually was able to juke the W, which is most of Ornn's damage, and Vic should just be able to run this down if he has another E available, but no, just going to disengage, doesn't know who else is there. If they're able to get vision, Caitlyn ult could come through, but I think she's pretty far away.
Yeah, Kale is level 14, is pretty close to this level 16 breakpoint that you really want on Kale. Potential Lichbane buy? Does Lichbane not have Blasting Wand anymore? I don't think so.
Yeah, I feel like this could just be an early Void Staff with the way things are going, but Dominic flashing in, finds a CC down to Lithian. She's just going to die. Looking for resets here onto the Bel'Veth, able to find one, doesn't get any damage onto the other team though, and I think they're just going to have to take the out and take the fact that they haven't powered form for Bell. I think that increases their Baron threat significantly. Now Rex dashing in looking for something, but Dominic is going to whiff that E on Leona, and you don't really want to engage onto Sejuani and Amumu under the tower.
Yeah, definitely the Leona engages have been really crispy this game. Has found a lot of clutch ultis on top of the Caitlyn. Why is Bean going full AP with only one AD source on his team? That's what I'm saying. On hit goes crazy here.
And they're trying to deny these Raptors. I don't think it's going to happen, but Rex is just full farming the Krugs. Lots of golden experience there. And these super minions are just dealing damage on the top side. Andromeda has to defend, and they're at a basically 5,000 gold deficit. Psychic Carrot could be caught out here. Some damage going down in the mid lane. Aphelios ulti not able to be used here. It is on cooldown. But it looks like they're just rotating up to Baron, and it... Yeah, what did I say?
You said Aphelios, sorry, but Baron is the call here.
Same, both E-boys. But yeah, Baron is started up here. Rex healing so much with that Bork, but this is a 3v3, and that's a flash over the wall, and they're able to just take down Vic immediately, and Will just takes the other one out. Psycho Carrot should be able to find a solo here. Waited so long to auto, but he just finds it. That's a 3 for 0, and this late game team composition is so strong. If they're going to take this Baron, and I think the game's just fucking sealed. You might think Sejuani is a jungler, but she is a support in this game. She's not going to be able to steal this objective. And that is the smite going over. Rex going to grab that empowered form, and they need to watch out.
What an insane fight. I do really like Dominic's Hex Flash over the wall to really secure his team that play. I really want to highlight that. That was super slick from him, knowing his lethal ranges on the Leona. Rex with the immediate follow-up as well. These two have been in like incredible sync with Will as like sort of your backup damage. And like I think it's really paid dividends for them as well. Okay, so super well played from 101 Thieves.
Let's not lie. Will's not the backup damage. Will is the damage. True. Rex does a lot, and his ult gets some damage down, but Will has been playing out of his mind this game.
Yeah.
939 on the Twitch, finding incredible angles here, and now Hui able to find so much damage on the mid lane. His ulti is now available. Rex on the back line looking for something, has the empowered form. This is the Baron one, so it's a bit stronger, which I think means you want to play a little bit slower. Just try and get the Remora to spawn. But now Dominic hex flashing over the wall again, looking for an engage, not able to find anything, but they can take their time. This Baron buff is going to be up for a little bit.
The Bel'Veth push also with the Remoras is super
and Jonah
strong,
just grabs a kill onto Lissandra. That's rough.
Range advantage, baby.
That's rough. And now the Ornn ulti is coming down. Hits 3 on the way there, hits 2 on the way back, and now Rex looking for the engage. They're able to find 2, and this is just going to be game.
This is GG. The Remoras should just end the game. Look at those minions, by the way. This is the power of Bel'Veth, though. Like, you can just sort of end the game randomly off one push if you get a pick.
Yeah, I mean, they did the strategy of drafting 4 Giga late game champions in a Leona, and it paid off. They were just able to find a couple good fights, and that's the game. Caitlyn does well early, falls off. Lissandra has a pretty strong mid game, but unfortunately had all her good plays pretty early, and Kale just... I mean, she has 4 kills, but she never actually came online and did anything. In my mind here, I think Dominic is the clear MVP.
Oh, absolutely. Dominic, I want to shout him out so bad. Goes 3-23 on Zed in signups, but absolutely smurfed this Leona game. Found so many clutch ultimates on multiple members.
That's the downside of putting Phil as your roles. You get your worst role, and sometimes you actually get to play your main role. But, I mean, that's 20 KP. No one on his team had that. Will was close with 18, but No, he just completely ran the map.
So it
He had
appears.
as much KP as the entire other team had kills. Did really well there, so congratulations to him. And now looking for side select for the next series, or for the next game in the series, I don't see it yet. So I'm going to try and see.
Carrot doesn't know the Orn Bible. I would agree. Some
I guess it
takeaways from
didn't
that.
matter though. I mean,
Yeah,
the takeaway from this
absolutely.
is that you can put whatever the fuck you want top lane if Bean takes a champion that takes so long to scale that you can't stop Belveth, which is why I was distraught when I saw kill locked in a draft. I guess I
Yeah.
prophesized that one. The Ornn was just a distraction, but anyone can pilot this fucking champion, I guess.
But yeah, super well played from Dominic. Paired up with Will insanely well. I think they've played together a lot and just found a lot of really good 2v2 kills. I think if any adjustments for Andromeda, I don't think Honan should revisit the Sejuani. Dominic kind of had his number all game and was like kind of just piss smurfing on him a little bit. It was kind of not close. Definitely a huge support gap. And I'd rather him just pick a real support champion that actually does things. Um,
Okay, it
but
looks
yeah,
like Andromeda is sticking on red side. So next draft is probably going to be in about 5 minutes now that it has been communicated. But can regen assets here. 101 Thieves did lose their first series to the last place team, but maybe they are the counter logic gaming of Scrim Zone and they just perform against these teams that have looked so good.
I mean, potentially it's just Fruitcakes as a known thrower on their team that is not playing correctly at all times, named the Mason Jars, but that's a different argument. But yeah, 101 Thieves definitely has like had a huge upswing. I think when Dominic is locked in as a support, I think they have utilized him being on support super super well. They look like a completely different team when he's playing. Like being able to pair like a strong support with your solo laners and just or your jungler even and just kind of hard slamming the map, I think it's really really helped them out. So I do sort of like these prio support champions like Leona that they've been drafting. I think they also picked Brum, which isn't quite the same, but he's looked insane on all of them. Like it's crazy. But yeah, I do also think we should not be blinding Gale. Like that was so criminal, I think.
Yeah,
Especially
I
when you
mean,
need a draft with a little more potential follow up on like an Amumu engage. Like Bean did in fact like have 4 kills, but was also like not
yeah,
useful
no,
in
no,
the
the
slightest.
Kale didn't do anything that game, and all the problems that make Kale not do anything that game were already shown when Kale was picked. Because
Yep,
the Ornn was
absolutely.
not the problem, the Hui was not the problem. You're doing nothing on Kale there because you're playing into Belveth and Leona, which were both shown. It makes it a
Yep.
bit rough, and honestly, when you're picking Kale, you want another late game carry on your team that you can ult that isn't you,
Yeah.
because otherwise you're just going to get focused every time or the other person's going to get focused. Like you have enough engage on this team with Ornn, Leona. I hate calling Belveth engage, but technically she still can do it.
Yeah, with the
Um,
W.
but
Rex had a
yeah, I
couple
mean, you're
good
able
follow
to
up
just kind of
Ws.
split the engage. You can catch the other carry and yourself, and if you're trying to keep the Kale alive, they can just re-engage on top of you. Kayle and Lissandra are not putting out the damage you need to really sustain this. If you have like a Jinx or something, though, it's crazy because if they try and full engage on the Kale, Jinx is just going to free hit
Yeah.
or something like
Kaylin
that.
is not
But
the same hyper carry. I would
um,
also like to see. No, I don't know. It's really hard to say. I think just not picking the Kale and potentially drafting Hoden a better support would definitely do numbers for Andromeda here, in my opinion.
yeah, I mean, it's just like you need to look at what the other team wants to do when you consider your pick because
Yeah.
you see the Belveth Slam 2, which should be a pick that gets you in a lot of trouble, and
Yep.
they instead draft a super passive topside, one without a lot of damage, so they do
Mhm.
struggle to just take the Belveth out. And Caitlyn, as your main damage early in the game before the Kale comes online, is a super bursty champion, so you're
Mhm.
not really able to find. Like you can dump your entire combo into Belveth E, but then you're not really like happy. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just
You
rough.
kind of just want like another sustained damage character, and they just kind of didn't have it, which is a little rough. I don't know. Also, like, I feel like if you flex the Sejuani into jungle and then like maybe grab a different support and then maybe grab like a I don't know. It's hard. Hello, Garrett.
My bad. I'll leave this casting. Crap.
No, yes, we are, but hello.
Yeah.
Bye. Love y'all. Bye.
See you.
Okay, surprise appearance by Garrett there.
Yeah.
But yeah, we are moving in. Draft is about to come down soon. I don't really have any like things that Andromeda needs to change in draft. They just need to like not draft badly. Like it's not like
Yeah,
if
it
there
was
was
kind of
any like
criminal.
one thing that you have to change. I feel like the early picks that they locked down were like fine. Like I don't think you're doing anything wrong with having Sejuani, Caitlyn, Amumu. I mean, I don't like it because you can still flex them, but you've kind of ruined the flex because you at least know that those two champions are going to be there, and they kind of do the same thing.
Yeah, and
So you
Sejuani is kind
know
of hard to
that.
pilot if you're not gonna lock in more melee champions, right?
Yeah, I mean, you have Kale until 6, and then you have a Mumu who doesn't really auto that much.
Yep.
But you just know that all they have is very linear engage, and they kind of fall off as the game goes on. That is the old draft. Give me a second to swap it over.
Yeah.
But okay, never mind. It hasn't started yet, even though it is time. There we go. Okay. But
And we
yeah, I
are
mean, I
getting into
think 101
draft.
Thieves is just going to run the same bans. I don't see any reason not to just ban Kane, Thresh,
Yep.
Ash. It worked great.
Yeah, it was a very solid ban. I wonder what the adaptation is going to be for Andromeda. I think banning out Kha'Zix is still the correct ban versus Rex's. Kha'Zix is kind of nasty, so
Yeah, we're not seeing Rengar. I feel like this is going to be a Bel'Veth, but we will have to see.
I don't think the Bel'Veth was the problem in that game.
Yeah,
Hot
it
take,
should
but
be a Twitch, but I fear
should
it
be a
may be a
Twitch. I
Bel'Veth.
agree.
They're probably
I
still
mean, if they're
deciding though, to be
blind, maybe.
honest.
I think you could argue for the Leona ban as well. I feel like Dominic Kettle. Uh, I don't want to discredit Will's Twitch though. Will did really perform on the Twitch. I
Yeah,
think
I
it
feel
definitely
like
warrants a ban
what he
here.
did on Leona, you can do on other champions though, and they are just giving
Absolutely.
the Twitch over, which I feel like is hard to counter in draft. I feel like with Bel'Veth, all you need to do is draft a strong early game top laner, which Bean plays, and then just have enough late game to match it.
Yep.
Whereas
First pick Twitch
Twitch
once
is
again.
going to be able to do things regardless because one tricks know how to play him in every game. There's so much you can do with his build and everything to kind of adapt for different situations. And you didn't really win this Caitlyn matchup. There was a 1 CS lead as they hit that level 6
And we're
spike.
still walking. Also, this is like assuming Rex is not like Rex has a shallow champion pool. Like, I think this is such an egregious way to draft, in my opinion.
Yeah, I feel like they were able to find like a kind of cheesy Bel'Veth game in the first game. They're going to find something else that works, I'm
Yeah,
sure.
absolutely. Rex
I
is not a
don't
one-note jungler
want
like
to
that.
see
I don't
Sejuani
appreciate this.
here.
Yeah, please pick something else. Oh, it's gonna
Okay,
be the Lux.
we have the Lux Flex is locked in. I believe Vic and Honan can, or Vic and Lithy can both play this. I don't know if Honan can play Kate, but the question is, does 101 Thieves know this? In the end? Probably not. Let's be real. But I'm hoping to not see Ornn again, unless they just decided that they're putting Psycho Carrot on perma Ornn duty, so he can't be useless, which I don't know if I
Ooh.
disagree with. But
I do love Dominic's Leona coming out once again. A little harder into Caitlyn Lux than it is into Sejuani. Because it's like Sejuani wants to get in melee range, and you have to like fish for the ease on the Leona. So definitely gonna be a little harder to play this. But
yeah, I mean, we still don't know if the Lux is even bot lane. I'm sure Honan can play
absolutely.
Lux though, so I don't think even if Lithy is the only one that can play Caitlyn, I don't think that actually means anything. This is definitely still a flex on the board. And they're
it's just going to
blinding
be the
Ornn again.
Okay.
I mean, I think there's other champions you can pick here that Bean's better on. We could see that Mordekaiser come out. I don't think it's the best. Something like a Gnar, Camille, Garen. Garen is what I'm expecting to come out.
Right?
Yes. No, Bean's Garen is very good, and it does very well into Ornn, and it should be able to shut down a lot of these other champions, but he's just picking Kled instead, which also has a favorable matchup into Ornn. Not as good of one, but
I think
it should allow Andromeda to kind of snowball.
Andromeda though. Yeah, like a little bit of follow up engage. It also like, yeah, I just think it has a bit of better engage profile for them. Looks like it's going to be a Rengar ban for Rex again.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
another
my
Ari ban.
issue here though is that Andromeda once again is just going for a full early game team comp. Like we don't really have any scaling insurance on them so far, and we have double late game for 101 Thieves. And I feel like we showed last game that they're not able to necessarily close out even when they have a big lead. Theoretically, though, the super early team comp should have the advantage over the late game team comp because you're able to make plays before the other team can come online. But we just haven't seen that proven from Andromeda yet. So if they're going to go for this super aggressive comp, I think you're going to need to figure out like how to change that.
Yeah, Avery with a banger comment, Carrot reading the wiki on Cloud right now. I agree. The bans also from the side of Andromeda, I do kind of like the way it did kind of neutralize the lane a little bit, and it is just gonna be another. Oh, the Nocturne
they're
lock-in.
Definitely trolling.
Okay.
Lock-in, I do like this. Will help you snowball more, but it still doesn't solve the problem of what to do if you're not able to end. But I mean, Kled and Nocturne are going to be able to make plays all over the map.
Rex is Kindred. Okay. I'm
They
so
are
excited.
investing into even more late game if they do lock this Kindred down.
I think Kindred. I have gassed up this Kindred pick quite a bit. This champ it did get buffed recently. The e-buffs I think are pretty significant. Also does pretty good into the Nocturne if you ulti on top of the Kindred. You can throw down the Kindred ult, and then the Nocturne ult is basically worthless. I do think it is a pretty good champion for Rex. He was a former AD carry player, and I think a lot of like the positional skills translate onto Kindred, especially as a jungler, really well. So I'm curious to see how well he performs with this. It looks like it's going to be the Ace.
We have a full late game draft plus Leona again. They're just confident that Andromeda's not going to be able to beat them early. They're just going to draft full late game and just try to win there. I mean, I feel like with Kled and Nocturne, you're not even spiking that. Okay, it's probably Lux mid, and then Maokai is the support with Caitlyn for Honan, which I feel like just fucks this team even farther.
Yeah, like
you don't
playing another melee champion.
Yeah, you've now grabbed a couple champions that are more mid-game than early, so you're not really going to come online until you've already gotten a few stacks on Acel. I feel like the first fight Andromeda's really going to want to take here is going to be directly into Empowered Acel Ultimate.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of this. Like, I don't know, like, I think Dominic had like a really good read on Honan in the laning phase last time, and it's another melee champion where you have to kind of box with the Leona. And I don't know if he can really win that. And then I think Kindred is going to really, really profit from the Leona prio over like the Belveth. Like this champion wants to play more aggressive, play more high tempo game. And I think having a support who knows what they're doing on the Leona and just following you around is going to unlock so much of the map for you. Like, and with the Acel is a late game champion, but does have like a lot of roam potential. If you can clear the waves and just press W into a different lane. A lot of setup for Rex here, so I do sort of like 101 Thieves draft a little bit better. I think the scaling does kind of just work out for them. There is a potential punish for Andromeda, like at the 20-minute mark, sort of, where the Kled plus the Nocturne could potentially come online. But I think the Kindred is really going to make it very tricky for the Nocturne to really get the kind of leads that you want on Nocturne. And also this champion does kind of suffer in fives a little bit. Coordinated play does tend to like hamper this champion quite a bit. It's really easy to call out Nocturne ult timers if you are like tracking the Nocturne correctly and making sure that you know where the Nocturne is on the map. It sort of limits his ability to be everywhere at once, the kind of terror that he is in solo queue. So I'm kind of curious to see how Oliver is going to perform on this matchup here.
Yeah,
but I am excited. Rex Kindred is going to be very hype.
Yeah, I feel like the Kindred pick is so good into Nocturne, Kled, Caitlyn, Lux. Like they are going to look to just burst the fuck out of people, and you have a champion who can just directly deny that. And like, I mean, Leona can do the same thing. Ornn can do the same thing. They're doing it in different ways. They don't have a field that prevents you from dying, but they have very good anti-engage. Ornn can just hit a wall, knock you all up. Leona has so much CC to layer down. Aurelion zones you off so well. And Maokai is just doubling down on the same thing that's already been countered by 101 Thieves drafts. I don't know. I feel like we see the same problems that we saw from Andromeda in the first game of drafts, and now we've just doubled down on it so unbelievably hard. We don't even have that late game insurance on Kale. And I mean, you could argue that you have a stronger like early game top side. You're going to try and punish Jonah and Psycho Carrot's early game and find something there, but you're not dealing with the problem at all of Will and Dominic. You've picked basically the same lane into them. Maokai and Sejuani are not different until 6, and then you're giving Psycho Carrot a lane where, yes, he's still gonna like lose out early, but he has an even better upside later in the game.
Yeah,
I don't know.
absolutely.
I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan at all.
Yeah, it is. It is definitely going to be 101 Thieves' favorite IMO for now. I'm very excited to see how this match will play out. We did see Will Twitch and Dominic's Leona kind of take over last game. I'm curious to see if they are able to achieve the same results versus the Maokai Caitlyn. I think Liffy played pretty well on the Caitlyn, but
yeah,
I'm curious to see if the Maokai adaptation will help them at all.
That's never been the issue. Liffy's Caitlyn has always been good.
True.
The problem is that Caitlyn, as a champion, has certain weaknesses.
Yeah,
like
one could argue.
I don't know. There's a reason that the champion doesn't have incredible win rates over time in Scrim Zone. It tends to just fall off a cliff, and we're not really good enough to just fast forward games and end them. I guess reference the FFing debate that was had in chat earlier.
True.
But I don't know. Like these games do tend to take a while, and I feel like every team is going to make enough mistakes that I think you're going to find opportunities to take your late game composition and just get stuff done.
What's the thing Taxi said? ASOL's OP in Scrim Zone because people don't know how to punish.
Yeah, I mean, we have ASOL for Jonah. This champ has gotten banned a solid amount of times this season. It's clearly something that people are scared of. But we are getting into drafts, so it shouldn't be too long until we get into game. Matchups, again, we have Twitch Caitlyn. It's now a 4-4 matchup, and Twitch is KDA is going to look even better. Lux historically has been able to punish the ASOL pretty well, so maybe mid lane is how they're going to be able to win this game, but Lux is going to have trouble one-shotting Ornn and Leona for sure, and is going to have trouble one-shotting any character that is in range of Kindred. And it's, I don't know, I guess it could be kind of hard for them to find opportunities to take Lux out, but
yeah, I think
the one that I'm looking at though is Leona Maokai 3-0 for Leona. Not even close. I don't know if there's tech here that we're not knowers of, or if it's just like I don't know. I might want to do some research on this one.
Yeah, you might have to. Oh god, like it does not bode well considering how well he played on the Leona last game. So
yeah, both of these mid laners pretty experienced on their pick. Dominic and Psycho Carrot just replaced first time with the shit that we just saw, and Will's now 17 and 13 on Twitch. That was his 30th Twitch game that we just saw. And all of Andromeda doesn't have many games.
Crazy.
He's played a ton of games though.
Yeah, I just think it's crazy that he's gotten it that many times. I don't think I've gotten Udyr that much. I might be lying through my fucking teeth, but I don't know. But I do think it's Lux does have a couple avenues to play out this game if you can like ulti on top of the Nocturnal while the Kindred can't really see the rest of your teammates. Maybe there's an angle there. You do sort of outrange the ASOL kind of thing with the bind. If you hit a bind, you can probably burst the ASOL. In theory, at least. It is going to be a little hard just because ASOL does tend to itemize HP really well with like the Leandries, the Rylai's. You do tend to get pretty tanky on the champion. So it is. I just think it's going to be a little rough from the side of Andromeda here. Definitely going to be a little hard.
Yeah, I mean, now we just gotta wait out the spectator delay. I think the predict is still running. It depends on how long they took to use the bathroom, but looks like it is closed. A lot more betting on 101 Thieves here than Andromeda. Andromeda's got some ops. I think they got a lot of Andromeda players watching, and everyone else is just having fun betting against them, which, fair. Especially based on last game. Although the skew is less than it was last game, even though I think this draft is way worse for Andromeda.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. I mean, you should theoretically have winning solo lanes for Andromeda. Maybe. If we believe the like in-house Lux ASOL matchup. But I think statistically ASOL does have a better matchup. Otherwise I don't think Jonah would have picked it.
Wait,
But
really?
yeah,
That
I
would make
think
sense.
Acel just plays at enough range that he's able to dodge stuff out, and he scales a lot harder than Lux. And I believe Acel builds tanky enough that it's really hard for Lux to actually one-shot him.
Yeah. The Leandre's Rylai's, you get like so much like random HP that it's like hard to burst you.
Yeah, is Acel a Roa enjoyer? I don't think so, right?
I think Stanley built it, and I flamed him for it. So
Oh, awesome.
no.
You can build Seraphs on that champion, though, which also gives you a big shield. And I feel like into Lux is probably good tech, to be honest. But anyway, we're going into game. I will just let Jonas' build speak for itself. We'll have to see.
Yep.
It's going to take a sec.
Yeah. Because I do want to yap about runes for a little bit, but
Rage that it actually loads instead of just being perma black screen. But looks like Conk on Kled and Nocturne. Dark Harvest Lux, not a fan. I feel like Dark Harvest is definitely like a scaling rune. I feel like if you want to go a scaling rune, you'd want to go First Strike. But I don't know. Comet, I feel like, is what you really want here, though. Early game harass. Try to get your team snowballing because I need to turn off Outplayed when I'm casting.
yeah.
Shit cringe, but I mean, nothing else is super notable. Honan, again, just going with Glacial. But
I wonder if Rex is on the approach velocity kindred technology, but let me look. I'm gonna do a little investigation on his runes.
oh, I can check.
Does he have it?
Wait, that's a Nocturne. He does not.
He's
He
not
has
a knower. He's not a
Cosmic
knower.
Boots.
I swear, approach velocity is so juiced on kindred. It gives you so much early chase potential.
That actually does sound pretty heat, but we will see.
I don't know if you really need it on kindred, but call it my Udyr bias or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of your movement is dashing. I don't know.
Yeah.
I am personally a fan of red second, and you just take Bounty Hunter and Sudden Impact. Wait, is that the dash one? Yeah.
Yeah, but this is just the boring jungle setup. Like, this is like, you copy paste the setup and then change your keystone depending on what jungle you're playing. That's about it.
Early ward is down. It's spotted by Rex. I wasn't sure if you could see it from that range. They're pinging to maybe go on to Gled, but I don't think there's a play there. Going to just ward his own blue side, try to counter the potential invade, and he's just going to start red, so they don't have knowledge for sure. I mean, they'll know by knowledge of exclusion by seeing that he's not taking it.
Yeah. Another bush play from the side of 101 Thieves we'll have to see. If they fall for it again, I know they did this last game and got Honan pretty chunked in lane, so.
Yeah. Psycho Carrot doing the same thing on Ornn in top lane. He might just be doing this like any champ, like any lane. I don't know. But
I don't think he's gonna get anything. Yeah, they choose not to opt into level 1 this time. Good on them. Q coming out.
Yeah, I feel like Bean is going to like absolutely throttle Psycho Carrot this game, but we will have to see.
Yeah.
I think
it's just a question of how hard, right?
All the early game champions that Andromeda drafted, I'm the most confident about the Kled, but
yeah,
I don't know.
This champ is a little racist.
Grasp Ornn is like actually correct this game, but
yeah,
it's not going to save you into this for sure. Early engage is coming up by Honan. They get a lot of damage down, but a lot traded back. So both supports down to about 300 HP, and level up is still possible for 101. So they're coming out on top of that trade for sure. Until Lithy just headshots Twitch and takes like 200 damage off of him.
Yeah, you do kind of see Will knows his damage numbers on the Twitch.
And now Dom just going in, gets knocked back by the Q, and Honan might just die here if Will chooses to flash. He's choosing to just hold it, but Psycho Carrot's probably going to die here. Knocks Kled off of his horse. And yeah, flash under tower is going to get it. And Will's super low here. Root coming out. Lithy might be able to finish it, but Rex is now here. Should be able to pick up both of these, but he doesn't have vision. He's not able to finish the kill onto Honan. And now Lithy poking him down, getting a lot of damage out. Lithy not able to find a kill there. The solo bolo is coming out in the top lane. And now Dominic is engaging. They're trying to find it, but Lithy might be able to just pick up all of these, but no, that's a 1-for-1. And Twitch is the only ADC that got the kill in that exchange. Psycho Carrot missing his own pillar, and is now just getting run down by Bean again. This is brutal.
I do think that is worth for the side of 101 Thieves. Like, the kill did go onto the Maokai. I'm pretty sure Kindred picked up the mark there as well, if you want to check real quick. and the Will got the kill as well. You do want
Yes, he
your
does
Twitch to
have
be
one.
accelerated. Yeah, that's I'm gonna say that is a little worth for the side of 101 Thieves. 1 mark plus the kill onto Twitch. I think you said you take those for if you're the support. So
Yeah, huge farm advantage over to Nocturne though, more than doubling Rex's early game CS.
yep.
And
That is
Rex
how the
wasn't
market
actually able to
is
find the
going.
gold, so you just gotta hope that they don't encounter each other a lot in the jungle, but I doubt Rex was planning on interacting much with the Nocturne. That sounds not fun for him.
Yeah, Nocturne just gonna opt for the 6 clear, and then
Psycho Carrot is in thing here. This is beyond troll. He's just going to get run down. You're beyond dead. The cancel coming out from the Kled. Q pull.
The Evo, oh
Maybe?
my gosh, he's so cheeky.
He doesn't
Still
have the
has
flash
flash,
still,
too.
but he's just going to auto him down. Knocks him off. It's going to take a tower shot. Not going to take a second one. Psycho Carrot somehow managed to pull that one out of his ass, so I'll give it to him.
Held his flash too. Brave man.
He's
brave man.
staying in lane, which he almost has to do. He's dead. Like, what are you actually doing here? Kled's dismounted though, so I guess
Is he
he's just
gonna
predicting the
tease?
recall. I think he's just gonna wait the recall out. He's building an item. This worked
Amazing.
out somehow. That is criminal. Dark Harvest Block is going over to Lux. Asol does have the farm advantage in this matchup, which is crazy for early game Asol. But if Vic finds a good Q though, it could just be doomed. Able to find an E. Hasn't weaved in the auto yet. There we go.
This is
Popping it.
potentially here for a play.
Psycho
though.
Carrot taking a tower shot, and Nocturne is in the area. Psycho Carrot, you are so dead. What is happening?
Yeah, who do you give this kill
Oh,
to?
he
the
went through the
execute!
tower. Guys, he's so good. And I want to go
Rex
back
put
and
another
see
mark.
this. Yeah, I want to go back and see this. Says he has 2 marks now, so I guess he picked one up off
Yeah, he picked
Scuttle.
it up.
And I don't
No, he
know if
picked
this
it up
mark
off Lux.
goes through off Lux.
No, it does.
Yeah, okay, so he does have 3 marks now, which is huge. And
Does he have
Psycho
3?
Carrot getting the exit. Yes, yes. It said 2 before he killed Lux. So
Oh, okay. So definitely on 3. Definitely a good spot to be. The 4 mark breakpoint is the really strong one. But Rex is definitely using this Kindred super well to leverage early leads.
as I always say for
As we
Kindred,
expect.
if you have less than 4, you're less than a champion. If you have 4, you're a champion. If you have 7, you're a good champion. And if you have 10, you're OP as fuck. And then anything
Yeah.
past that is ludicrous and shouldn't be achieved in organized play. But we'll see.
Yep. Absolutely. Definitely using like his knowledge of jungle to like path around to get to these plays. Doing a 3 camp into bot lane gank is the kind of setup you can do as Kindred if you have Leona and you're coming with your support to try to set up for the play. Kindred is also here though on the spot side.
Engage coming out from Dom is actually able to make it all the way over to Lithi. Honan was able to deflect him a little bit, but not enough. Lithi is just going to die here, not finding what they need for this Caitlyn. I doubt you're going to be able to find the kill into Honan. Stun comes through, and Rex is just taking tower here. And now Oliver's here to potentially clean up. Has flash, doesn't have the ultimate available though. I don't think there's a play here. They should just be able to walk this out. Oliver has a lot of move speed in his trails, but it's just not enough. They're not finding anything. The Twitch, he's down 5 CS, but I don't think that matters.
Yeah,
And now
super
Bean
well
gets
played.
knocked off of his little horsey. Scarl's gone. And Psycho Carrot just fucking bops him up in the air and dashes the wrong way. It doesn't matter though, but it does because he gets Scarl back. This shit is amazing.
What an amazing play. I do want to highlight, I think Dominic got the E off and still got the auto while he was getting knocked back by Onin. So the stun still goes through and Rex is still able to follow up onto the Caitlyn. Super well played from Dominic there.
Yeah, I mean, Maokai can try all he wants, but I don't think you're really keeping the Leona off your backline. That shit can buffer anything. And Bean's looking for this. I don't think he's going to be able to find a play, though. Rex looking to grab it, and he does grab it, and that is his 4th mark, so he's now a champion. I also, anecdotally, back when I played a shit ton of Ornn back in Season 9, this is a Turbo Ornn favored matchup. It was a hard counter. So I think some of the principles probably still apply, and now Bean is knocked off his horse, and is he going to be able to find the kill? And yes, Psycho Carrot just solo bolas him in a counter pick matchup for Bean. I feel like we could have seen the Garen here. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy for that, but
yeah,
I don't
Rex
know.
is opting for the Triforce onto the Kindred. This item is pretty good on Kindred. Gives a lot of the stats that you kind of want. As a jungler, you kind of want a little more tankiness.
Rex
Could be
is
caught
in
here,
trouble
though.
here, though. Has to go over the wall. doesn't get caught by the binding, I don't believe, but snipe coming up from Vic, able to pick up Psycho Carrot there. That is his third death, but only 2 to champions.
Yeah. That's crazy. Vic does have the
and
Tiamat
Dr.
as well.
Alt coming out here. Jonah could be in trouble, has his movement, but Oliver flashes behind him in fears. He's crazy, but Dominic getting the lockdown CC, I think that's going to end the play.
Yeah, Rex is
again,
also just re-hitting these grubs.
So good.
Yeah, Dominic is quite active on the map, setting up his jungler for success. Is here to make sure that his mid laner doesn't die. 3 grubs goes over to Rex. So, super well played from the side of 101 Thieves, just to leverage your lane prow that you have bot lane.
They're
to
looking
get your
for
lane
a
onto the map.
potential dive here. They need to find a really good CC and get the layering down, but I don't think any of Maokai's CC is long enough duration to get a free trap off, which is a pretty big deal for Caitlyn in a dive. And this dragon has been untouched for 4 minutes, and you really want to have secured this as red side. It's a lot easier for red side to grab dragons because of the way the pit's facing, especially in the early game, and just haven't been able to make very good use of that. And now Will essentially just got to go even in CS completely for free. Maokai was sitting in lane the whole time, wasn't able to make a roam play, and now Will's walking up aggressively, maybe looking to find some damage. Kindred is in the area. They might just go for the dragon, but this 3v3 could actually go the other way. Could be Andromeda favored just because of how strong Caitlyn is in the early game, but now Rex standing on 2 traps. Traps don't actually give vision. That's Jhin. Lithy is caught up, and I believe she's just going to get taken down by the Kindred. Kindred ulti is available and is used to keep them alive. Honan falling down super low. They're looking to find it, and Twitch does have that E hanging over, which makes it pretty easy to pick up kills after the Kindred. A little unintended synergy there, I'm sure. And that's double flash away from Vic to make sure this play doesn't go the other way, but Lux ulti is actually not available. Top lane, we can go look at that. I'm pretty sure 101 Thieves is getting out here. Getting the knock up here, and ult is burned down here. Psycho Carrot should be able to pick this up, but no, really good flash from Beam there. Able to get out, and now Skarl is back, and that was 2 kills bot lane and a 3rd kill on the top side. So let's go watch that back bot. But really well played by Beam there to able to save that play. And yeah, Dominic dies as he's going in for the engage. Honan fighting in a really good play. And Nocturne actually able to grab that with his projectile. And Will just not able to find it. 2 really low health members, just not enough damage on him for the E to kill.
Yeah, good come back from Andromeda here on that play.
And Will maybe trolling a bit. And Oliver looking for this. If he finds one more ability, pops the ulti. I mean, better safe than sorry, I guess. I don't know. Drag is still not secured by either team. It is 11 minutes.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'm a fan of that ulti usage. It is a free kill secure, I guess, but not utilizing the map pressure that having Nocturne ult up means is a little tricky. They did get 3 kills earlier for the side of Andromeda just by like outplaying their opponent in the scuffle. They did get the early pick on Lithy, but a little bit of an overcommit and a good roam from Vic does manage to pick them up there. So super well played from the side of Andromeda just to get something back.
Yeah. And now Kled is going in. Psycho Carrot's able to grab a plate, and once again that Q cancel is going to be huge, and Psycho Carrot has taken like 6 tower shots during that play. I think he's just dead. Yep, that pullback comes through, and Kled's able to get it. And honestly, just like looking at win cons for this early game team comp for Andromeda, you have 2 of them. I'd say there's 4 main ones. You want early dragon control. That's a key to any snowballing comp in this game. Grubs can help, but they're not as good. Forcing Soul just basically dictates where the enemy team needs to be on the map, and they're losing a drag here, it appears. And it's been 7 minutes until one's taken, which is pretty ludicrous. And then the other one is you want Caitlyn to be online before 6, which has not happened. She's been completely denied this game. They've dedicated so many resources just completely stopping her. The Aesol ult does go wide here. Now they're looking for another play on the Lithy. This might be her 4th death. And that Leona ulti is hitting both, and now really clean engage. And Will is just able to pick up a double kill. And I think that was the sound of Rex getting another mark. He's currently at 5.
Yeah. Just a really good play from Rex here on the Kindred here. Just knowing where to be every time. It's like, I wanted to talk a little bit about the importance of the first Nocturne ulti. Just like utilizing your Nocturne ult to always get a kill plus objective is like super important for the champion. Ulti comes out from Warnda. Solo?
The Q? Oh. Psycho Carrot is a fan of the tower shots here for sure. Wants that demolish proc so bad, but just keeps taking ult burned. Double ults for this guy. I do force his flash, but that's it. 3 ults burned for Psycho Carrot. This guy has 5 deaths. What are we doing? They just burned 3 ults for a possible 100 gold.
Yo, taxi. You owe this man an apology right now.
Oh, the global taunts. What the fuck?
Dude, someone put some respect on my goat Psycho Carrot's name, dog.
Oh boy. Okay, and 6 grubs are picked up. You have full objective control on a team with 4 extra late game champions. I don't know, this is crazy. Rex and Dominic are playing out of their minds to keep this game as so in their control. They're up gold. You're up gold into this comp, and you have the dragon. Normally, these teams will take a trade where you lose gold across the map to get dragon. So usually, it's like one team will have a 1k gold lead, and then the other team will have the dragon. You kind of call that even, but I mean, they're barely ahead. But I don't know.
Yeah, I'm just not a fan of how the Nocturne has been really playing this matchup. Like, sure, you have the 2 kills, but you haven't really used
KDA looks great. But it doesn't mean anything. And now Vic's just caught. Huge engage coming down from Dominic. And boom. That's another kill over to Rex. He's 4-1-3. And now Bean going in. I think Psycho Carrot might be able to win this. All he needs to do is not Kled off. It's going to be tough, though. And this dive should be pretty easy to execute. If they don't get this, the anti-synergy comes down. I mean, that's still going to be a kill. But
yeah.
That was a lot less clean than it could have been. The anti-synergy between Caitlyn Traps and Maokai Q is pretty disgusting. Not getting much done there. They're able to take Kled off of Skarl. Kindred ult is here, but I don't think they can really force that dive. They don't need to because Krugs, that's a mark.
Krugs is a mark, and you have Herald Prio.
And you just grab the top tower.
Yeah,
and mid tower.
Yeah, this is definitely what a commanding position from the side of 101 Thieves. Utilizing this Kindred plus the Leona combo that I was talking about in draft has really paid off dividends. Dominic and Rex have just been on the same page in every single one of these fights, so super well played from them.
Yeah, I mean, they're up 1,500 gold. They've gotten every objective on the map. They've only lost 1 turret. And it was in exchange for 2 turrets. That's another ulti burn down onto Psycho Carrot. And Psycho Carrot's just gonna kill you. You're dead. You're dead, and you just burned 2 ultimates for a 2-5 Ord who lived for a century. This is insane.
That's my goat right there. I take back all Psycho Carrot slander that has ever come out of my mouth. Never happened, bro. I'm revisionist history right now. I've always been #1 Psycho Carrot supporter. I've always believed in my goat to secure 5 ultis for 0 reason. Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff.
Okay. Mason is now like gaslighting again. I've always thought that Psycho Carrot was gas. I'm actually the only day 1 Psycho Carrot supporter, but it is what it is.
Yeah, but Rex and Dominic, as I was talking about earlier,
that's a TP. It's a TP. It's a fucking TP.
Psycho Carrot
is not going to let Kled go for this. Oh my god. But yeah, Nocturne now spam pinging the Mountain Drake. They know the drag's on the table. But honestly, as Ultra Thieves, you could just give it drag. You could have given 2 drags.
You have empowered Ace. You have Ace ulti, no?
Yes, and Orin can just walk down. Orin's probably gonna shove this wave and just walk down here. Drag is not up yet. There's still 30 seconds. That's enough time for Orin to walk. Is he going to? That's another question. But Twitch is marked here. I'm pretty sure they know. Caitlyn lining up the trap, but the ones that you really want to worry about, Kindred and Aesol, are going to be coming from the other direction. So that wall trap isn't going to do anything. But now Nocturne ulti coming down, and they have the Lux ulti hitting, and Caitlyn ulti. 3 ults committed for Aesol, and they're not going to kill him. Shutdown coming down onto the Nocturne by Aesol, and now Aesol looking for damage, doesn't quite have the range yet, needs to scale a little bit. Orin is not in the fight, but they were able to go 1-for-1 to start this, or, you know, considering he's out of lane. And now Rex is able to find another kill, and I believe Vic's just going to get chased down here. This should be a second Dragon for 101 Thieves. Honan is so far down, and they don't even need the Orin to win the fight. That's the disgusting part about this. And he's pressuring top tower, and now Kled could not even have an impact in that fight. Needed to just TP top before anything happened. Just not able to find anything, and this is the freest dragon of their lives. They committed 3 ultimates to try and get Aesol, weren't able to find it. He doesn't even have crazy defensive items yet. And if that's their best opportunity at this point of the game, it's just going to get worse from here.
Yeah, I do want to shout out Rex. Did have like a really good read on that play. He was sitting in the bush as the Nocturne wanted to channel the ultimate, really utilizing the leverage that they have, trying to get this bot tower, setting up, knowing that they want to go for this dragon play.
Carrot's dead, guys. You did it. You killed him.
Congrats.
You still had to burn an ultimate to do it.
Congratulations.
And yeah, I mean, as you were saying, like, Rex still had Kindred ulti.
Yeah, like, he had the read on what Oliver wanted to do and just played it masterfully.
And Maokai ulti goes, hits Leona. You're not one-shotting her. She has a W button. And now Lux full combo has been used on no one. Rex just solo killed a Caitlyn. And Twitch just solo killed Lux. And now Dominic's frontlining into this. And Rex is going to show up. Ult is able to find the stun down onto Nocturne. They're going to find 2 of these. And I doubt Dominic is going to die. That's a kill going over to Rex. He's 8-1-4. Absolutely carrying this game on his back. And he doesn't even care. He doesn't care about Maokai. He's not going to chase him. He doesn't give a shit. He's just backing. Let's watch the inventory when he hits, and he just full bot Collector. Like, this is
oh my
criminal.
gosh, he's a girl!
No. Collector into Lux and Caitlyn. I mean, Caitlyn doesn't matter. She's 0-6. She doesn't do anything. I don't know. But, I mean, Collector's still going to get a lot of value because there's nothing on the Kled and the Nocturne. I also believe Kled's probably going to go Lethality Kled, so I don't really think you need Tank Shred.
Yeah. That's
Lil could be caught here, but no ultimate is available for Maokai. Maokai's just trying to run a little fast. Might not be able to find it, and Rex is just sitting here. Don't need to chase the Maokai because he didn't base, and now you're just going to kill him. Vic is probably going to die here too, but Oliver's here, might be able to get something done, and no, that's just a double kill for Rex. They're getting so much damage down here. Caitlyn successfully able to find a trap. And now this 3v3 I'm not so sure about, but now Jonas here has the ultimate ability. You put down Kindred ulti to stall. Oliver is going to live throughout the duration of it, but you're able to find the kill afterwards. And yeah, I mean, Andromeda needed a huge lead before this point for this game to be playable. They didn't find it, and now you're just going to get walked down. This is an 11-1-5 Kindred. You don't get to play the game. He had 7 stacks. Now he has 8. Baron is his next. This is crazy. I don't think I've ever seen a Baron marked before it spawns on first Baron.
Yeah, it was a crazy setup from Rex here. Dominic has had his back in every single one of these fights, and it's the pairing between these two has been crazy this series. Like, you see that Dominic is just knowing where Rex wants to be on the map, following up with him. It's so insane. Super well played from them. Utilizing your Leona early pressure to really capitalize on these marks.
Yeah, enumerate the mental damage here. You're down CS to an Ornn at 20 minutes who doesn't know how to play Ornn and has died 7 times. You're tilted. You're tilted off the face of the fucking earth. What the fuck was that play? He's so dog shit at the champion and it doesn't matter. And now they're just taking Baron. And that's a base from Honan. He needs the base to reset wards. They have no vision, no support vision. Caitlyn and Lux both have a yellow ward, I guess. And Ornn doesn't get to ult. Really good Q from Vic. They're stopping out their engage. I don't think it matters though. He just unstoppable through 2 roots. Doesn't matter. Dom's gets hit.
He's buying so much time here.
Is not available for this fight. Doesn't matter. Aesol is able to find a kill, and now they're engaging onto Kindred, who is actually going to get picked off here. This could be a fight. Bean goes into the back line, but now Twitch is online. They're able to find 3 kills, and Psycho Garrett just going through their front line, able to find 1. This is 4 kills down, and Lithy is just completely caught here. Hasn't found a kill this game, and I don't think she's going to. Pings are to just end the game here. First respawn is 19 seconds on the Nocturne.
Yeah, Jonah just hit him with the icy hot after his Kindred goes down, and yeah, and you kill one of them, and you still have 2 other carries on the back line, by the way. So.
Am I allowed to make the awful joke? Can I just say, like, Aesol just, like, Hawk to a spit on that thing? Like,
Yes.
This game was so fucking disgusting. We drafted the worst thing in existence, and then got walked down by the late game team comp, and that is a powered Aesol ult. And can they kill Carrot? Can they even kill Carrot? They're able to find Carrot. That's 1. 2 of you just died again. It's 26-13. This is a 10k gold, 9k gold lead at 21 minutes, and you're losing the game. Psycho Carrot 287 fucking goat, but obviously, I believe the MVP of this game has to go to Rex. Twitch actually had the little inverted KD there. He was 6-2-12, whereas Rex was 12-2-6, and he outfarmed him. But Rex made so many plays that early game, played around Dominic perfectly.
It's really close between these two. I do want to say Dominic had Rex's back this entire series, and we gave him game 1 series because of it. But God, the Kindred and the Leona pairing looked so disgusting in this game. Like, it was criminal, I think.
Yeah, I am scared to pull Dominic into VC. What is that man gonna say? But I guess we have to. Rex gets pulled after, but hello, Dominic.
Why by me pulled?
Okay, amazing soundboard. You did receive MVP for game one.
Oh.
Just want to hear your thoughts on it. After game one, you absolutely smoked them on Leona. They picked Sejuani into it. And in game two, they basically drafted the exact same bot lane. I think the Maokai for Sejuani substitution effectively is just the same champion. What was your guys' read going into that game? Did you feel super confident with the bot lane? I feel like they proved that they're not able to do anything against the Twitch.
I mean, honestly, I picked it, or we picked it as a team because we saw Lux. We thought it was gonna be Lux bottom, and I didn't want to go another hook champ, play around the wave because it's pretty much near impossible. So Leona's the only one to get through it. I was playing off my own flashes very well, not to get on myself too much, but
no, you deserve it.
Good. Leona was just too good.
Yeah, you had a lot of
long
good
time,
games.
but Leona's very fun. I might pick her up more, but I think honestly, maybe Braum. I hope I play more Braum.
Yeah, it was definitely fun playing against your Braum. I mean, the losing part wasn't fun, but it was fun getting used to work on the champion. I actually have a couple more questions that I think are more Rex focused, so I'm just going to ask you some general questions. Y'all started out 0-1 this season, but now you're 2-1. You have anything to say to the league in general? You guys are looking to be on a pretty good run here. You confident about your chances for the rest of the season?
I mean, once the rest of our team maybe gets their games in, my hopes will go up. Talking to two in particular. But yes, I think our chances for the rest of the series pretty good. Winning it all, that's tough. I don't know how everyone plays and all that. But later we get into it. Later I'll have a better understanding.
All right. Lots of Psycho Carrot discourse in this server for sure. I know you personally are 4-0. Previously, it was that you were 2-0 and Psycho Carrot was 0-2. Now that you've both played in the same series, do you think that changes things? Do you think the Psycho Carrot narrative will go up, or do you think people are still going to hate on this guy for 0? Even though he had a global taunt on the entire enemy team, they're burning 3 ultimates on him off cooldown this entire game.
I think he shouldn't be allowed to touch a support role. That's my honest to God opinion.
Wait, is the actual read here that Psycho Carrot is a better top laner because he just knows how to end efficiently?
Real.
This is based as fuck.
Base, Your Honor.
He played a tank and was in side lane all game, and they just kept going for him. I think it's his calling. That's all I'm saying.
That's true.
He picks up someone like Set with Hullbreaker. I think he's gold. I don't know.
Isn't he Emerald now? That would be a demotion. All right. I know you meant gold metaphorically there, but anyway, yeah, I'm sure we're going to get you on Call more, have better questions. I feel like that series was so cut and clean that there's not too much to talk about. So I'm going to pull Rex in there, go back and hang out with your team. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you. All right, see you.
Yep, see ya. All right, Rex, you got Bel'Veth game 1. They banned it for some fucking reason, and then you get Kindred game 2. Insane games from both of you. I know you're a bit of a king of shit talk, so keep it a little PG here. How are you feeling after that series? Rex is milking a cow. That is the cowbell in the background.
How do I feel after that series? I don't know.
You sort of just followed your supporter around like the dog you are, right?
Yeah, I started to drool. I tried to just slobber all over his feet, you know? I started to beg like a good little boy.
Yeah, true. Sorry.
Okay. After that response, I think we're gonna limit it to like 2 more questions. So basically, you ask yours, and I'll ask mine.
Okay, go for it. I mean, I had a couple of questions about the Kindred pick, but go nuts.
Okay, I'll ask about game 1, then we'll let you fire. But in game 1, Bel'Veth as a champion, I feel like is pretty linear. I feel like the counter to Bel'Veth is pretty strong. Top side early to kind of stop it from getting the snowball off. They picked Kayle. It's a free win, right? Was that what the comms were, or what was kind of like the draft after they locked in Kayle?
No, the only reason why I played Bel'Veth was because I felt like playing Bel'Veth because I saw that she got a very small buff. That's all. I didn't even think about draft.
He's real. He's so real for that.
Well, that actually works because I don't think Andromeda thought about draft either when locking in Kayle. But anyway, let's talk about the Kindred.
Yeah. I assume you also just picked this champion because it got buffed as well. I do actually think this champion has a couple more legs than the Bel'Veth because I think the E buffs were really good.
The E buffs were okay.
Feel.
The E buffs were okay. Okay, so that game feels a little bit wonky just because of the fact that my game plan was to invade, but I saw other opportunities in other lanes, so I decided to gank instead.
Yeah. I think
So-
you and your support definitely paired up really well in that game too. Got a lot of kills done. So
Yeah.
good series from you guys. Did you have any other questions, Dean?
No, I don't think so. I think we'll call it here. Anyway, really fucking clean series by 101 Thieves. Everyone tune in to watch Rift Sharks versus Fruitcakes rematch on Tuesday. And I am beyond pumped to watch more of 101 Thieves. It
Absolutely.
was really cool getting to see Oliver and Vic get their games in. I think both of them had pretty solid performances
You know what
throughout
I
the
will
series.
say though? I
What?
think I might have solved my tilt problem. I just have to play the kalimba whenever I'm dead.
Amazing.
I just have to play an instrument while I'm dead, so I just calm the fuck down. Every single time I felt like a fucking, you know, like when you eat a pepper and like it gradually gets spicier and spicier. Yeah, that's how I felt with carrot, and every time I felt that, I just did this.
So, like, the kalimba is the milk in this scenario.
Kalimba is the milk.
Amazing. All right, but yeah. Anyway, I do want to shout out Vic and Oliver. There, it was cool getting to see him play. That Nocturne did have a pretty strong early game. I don't think the pick panned out the way they wanted it to, and Vic did have some pretty good plays in the Lux. Dealt a lot of damage there. I don't know. I don't think the drafts were set up for them to do too much. And I mean, Vic again, amazing Lysandra game there in game 1. So cool to get to see these different players come out from Andromeda. So did want to shout him out, but overall, I mean, that series was very decisive
Banger.
from 101 Thieves, so I'm excited to get to see more of them. But we will cut the stream here and tune in on Tuesday. Thanks for watching.
Peace.
GG boys, GG.